trans flight attendant unlived from unliving themselves after being featured in United Airlines ad. It's just a very sad story. On Monday, transgender flight attendant Kayleigh Scott was found unlived in her Colorado home just hours after posting to Instagram that she was planning to end her life. I am in Colorado, so maybe that kind of hit me a little bit as well. There's Kayleigh Scott, just such a young person. Age 25, gained notoriety after being featured in a 2020 Transgender Day of Visibility ad campaign for United Airlines. That's the only reason I even know who this person was. This was in 2020. Stuff was getting more and more serious and heated real quickly. This ad came out. The culture war actually wasn't nearly as hot, especially with trans, even in 2020. At this point, here is the ad.
Don't let that smirk fool you. There was so much pain behind that sweet boy's eyes. I don't normally post about my transition here on my feed, let alone it's a rare sight on my stories. I used to be so embarrassed about being trans, and all I wanted was to blend in and be cis. But times have changed, and I've started looking back at the bigger picture and understanding I do have a story to tell. This story comes after a huge pep talk from one of my biggest motivators, love. This is a story that I know is so important for me to continue sharing. Not for me, but for those out there who are still fighting social norms, the boundaries set upon them, fighting themselves. Gay, lesbian, bi, trans, pan, whatever and whoever you identify as, come out, be counted. My life changed for the better when I came to United as a flight attendant. With the support from the company, our business resource group for LGBTQ+ employees, and all of my loving coworkers, I was able to break free from the chains that held me. And to this day, I'm living confidently as my true self. I was able to glow up and let go of the past. So here's all the pain that Kyle went through, so that Kayleigh could live today. I am trans, and I am proud.
And it was a good ad. I think there's a misnomer out there that people think that when you talk about these trans issues, that there's some type of hate for trans people. I can't speak for anybody else, but that is certainly not the case for me. You know, she shared her story, and on Instagram, very haunting comments before she unlived herself. As I take my final breaths and exit this living earth, I would like to apologize to everyone I let down. I am so sorry I could not be better. To those that I love, I am sorry I could not be stronger. To those that gave me their everything, I am sorry my effort was not reciprocated. Please understand that me leaving is not a reflection of you, but the result of my own inability to turn myself for the better. Scott added, mentioning a number of friends and telling them, I was very respectful of, this is from the Post-Millennial. In the actual post, she named people, and Post-Millennial left those names out. I am so sorry. Please remember me for the good memories we have shared, and never for my downfall. I will see you all again on the other side. Shortly after the post was sent, Scott's sister commented confirming that she had in fact passed away. Kayleigh Scott's mother wrote an emotional post, as you could understand, on Facebook saying, I am so unbelievably proud to have you as my daughter, proud and amazed by everything that you have done in your life. Your smile was absolutely beautiful. Your laughter was unbelievably contagious. Your heart was bigger than any of us could have understood. And I just want to reiterate that it's a sad story that when I talk about these type of issues, it is not with the intent of going negatively against anybody. Really, the intent is to find out where we are the same, where we are, how we can relate. And rest in peace. Very sad story, only 25 years old. My kids are small. They could become very easily, they're going to public schools, whether it's indoctrination or not, they could become trans or whatever the case may be. I'm going to love them all the same. It would be difficult, no questions. But I'm going to love them all the same and wish them the best. I'm not going to change my positions on anything. The concerns about these trans issues are more about the institutions. The institution propping up somebody trans as being something exciting, something better, something that gives you a voice. You can look at Dylan Mulvaney. I have no beef with Dylan Mulvaney. I do have a concern, though. If Dylan Mulvaney's been on TikTok for years and years and years, and let me take the conversation away from Kayleigh Scott to be respectful for that passing, thoughts and prayers up to the family. But let me take it now to the concerns, because people misconstrue what the concerns are. And some people do this on purpose, but I think some people do this honestly. They don't understand. Honestly, they think there's some sort of hate. That's not the case. What I'm saying, for example, is you take Dylan Mulvaney, somebody who has been on TikTok for a long time, somebody who's always clearly wanted attention through TikTok and going viral, and did not get that attention. They did not get that boost in the algorithm until they came out as trans. So my concern is not about them coming out as trans. My concern is, does somebody have motivation, for whatever reason that might be, to promote someone being trans as something better than normal, if you want to call that normal, or better than just being a gay man, and better than being a cis or straight man, for whatever reason, as a fad or something courageous. You put it in a package. It's courageous, so do it. And people who might not even be trans might want that glow up, that shine. Dylan Mulvaney came out as trans. I don't know what's in Dylan's head, but we do know got really favorable results in the algorithm. I don't know what that meant. Did people just like it? Is it hot right now? I don't know what that means. That's part of the problem. It's not going against the person. It's going against the institutions. We need full transparency. How is this stuff happening? Just like if you have children in the class, and the teacher gives preference to this person for whatever reason, then you're kind of giving an incentive for the other children. That's why we shouldn't have a state-sponsored religion. You're giving incentive for the other children to do whatever that is, to brown nose, put their nose in the ass of that teacher, and do whatever to get preference. For me, that sums up the more concern, and that goes back to the definition of woke. It's allowing somebody else to define your morality. So it's nothing against the Kayleigh Scotts of the world. It's more on where are we going with this thing from a structure, institutional standpoint.